got back from the last run of the day. First run, what happened?
First run, put a hole out, so still run pretty good. 78 at 276, I think. That run looked like it probably was going to be a low 70. And then come back tonight and pretty much duplicated that. I mean, we went, what did we go, 71 at 330. Clean. Everybody, when I got out of the car, and when y'all watching the video, everybody thought it had a head gasket out because it had some green flame. But all that really was, when you see here's tech information.
Some knowledge over here.
Yeah, so when you see some green coming up in the header flames, that's usually a liner, a valve guide, a liner, and it's made out of, I think, beryllium. It's a big word for me. I don't know what it's made out of, but it burns green looking.
Okay,
and so as soon as I got out of the car, my buddy Freiberger, he was down there, and he's like, I think you got a head gasket, but it didn't, but
good.
Either way, it was a good, clean run. So we have now stomped on the loud pedal 5 times on this car. It has went down the racetrack all 5 times. Not all the way to the finish line because the 3 test runs were never meant to go to the finish line.
Right.
But no tire smoke, no shake, no nothing. So far, I'm really liking this car.
It looked really good tonight. I mean, it was just straight beautiful.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't see, so I couldn't wiggle around. I didn't even look at the scoreboard.
good.
It's dark out there.
It was dark.
And
I think we ended up 8th, and we get 2 runs tomorrow. Call out. Let's talk about the call out.
Call out. So one of the greatest of all time.
Wait, well, hold on.
Yep.
Before, the call out is based on points from the last season. They accumulate qualifying points.
Right? Am I right?
It is. It's qualifying points. From the last season, they accumulate points, how they qualify over the whole season, and then the top 8 of the qualifying points get to call out. And Steve Torrance was number 1 qualifier. I mean, number 1 person to call.
Yep.
Call
He was number 1 in the points.
Yes.
I got to be honest, I don't know where Dougie was. Second. And now that I think about it, Dougie was following the ladder.
He was.
Yeah, he was following the ladder. So he was number 2 and he called out number 7. I think that's...
So number 1 was Steve Torrance.
Yep.
Number 2 was Doug Coletta.
Yeah.
Number 3 was it Langdon? I think it was Langdon. Sure. Anyway, but the bottom up was Tony Stewart got to step in for Tony Schumacher.
Yep.
Which, there's a whole nother story.
Yep.
But anyway, so Torrance.
Yep, so Dougie called me out, and I think he's one of the greatest guys that's ever hopped in one of these things. He's just like rock solid all the time. And I was just thinking when he called me out, I'm like, dang it, I want to go up here and have some fun, but Dougie don't talk. Dougie,
not that guy.
I love Doug Coletta, y'all. I'm telling you, he's a good guy, but he's not a talker.
No.
He's just not.
He's not.
And I've done this before when we raced Brittany Force, but I wanted to bet some money on the side. And I'm going to be honest, I told Lee this off camera, straight up stole my bet idea from Lyle Barnett, Mr. Fajita himself. I bet $100 on everything on the time slip. So reaction time, 60 foot, 330, all the way to the finish line. I think that would be like a $700 bet. And it will go to our charity of choice. I don't know what that would be for Doug. For us, obviously, it's animal rescue, but so we got a little $700 side wager on
That's cool.
first
Nobody else did that either. Y'all are the only 2. So
yeah, I did that with Brittany.
I remember.
I bet her $1,000, and
I remember that.
I gave
that was cool.
$1,000 to a military organization because she married a military man.
Right.
And so I sent $1,000 to them because I got the butt kicked.
It's a win-win either way because charity, you're always doing good with that. So anyway,
and we love sending money to animal rescue. I don't know what Doug's will be, but
I don't know if Doug really understood what was happening, but maybe once he got off the stage, he processed it. It's like, oh, okay. He called me out for some money.
But it's going to be fun.
It is.
I mean, it's fun. The call-out deals it's a race within a race, so we really get the opportunity to have 2 races this weekend.
So they'll race tomorrow. First round will be the first qualifying session. So y'all stay tuned for all that, and we're going to let this...
You're going to leave the big story just laying?
Oh, for Tony Schumacher? So do we have any... Oh, well, in case you don't know, Schumacher has joined... Rick Ware Racing will be Clay's teammate. That is the winningest driver on the inside. and the winningest driver on the I side. So that's pretty cool. 2 teammates.
14 championships between us.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do we know when he will be?
There is no timeline for when Tony is supposed to be on track. Like, there's nothing set in stone that he will be at pick the race. We are literally starting from scratch. We have no truck, no trailer, no crew.
Been there, done that.
We've been there, done that. And Rick said he will not do this unless everything's done right and it takes 0 away from the car sitting on the other side of this trailer wall right here. The only reason to do it is to make both cars really good. And so I'm actually looking forward to it. I've never had a teammate.
I know, that's so funny that out of all these years.
Well, technically I had a teammate, but he was more of a dictator with a emphasis on the first 3 letters that I just said there. I didn't really consider that a teammate, but we had that. If y'all look it up and figure it out on your own, but yeah.
Got to do your homework.
Got to do your homework on that one. But I think my wife would agree, and I know Lee agrees. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
I mean,
you know, Tony is obviously a very good driver, and I think it's going to be fun.
I think so too. All right, well, y'all stay tuned. We'll take you along.
Line continues to snug up down there on the door car side. This will be our last nitro car of the day. From what we've seen out of the Pro Stock car and then Julie, there's plenty out there right now, depending on how spicy Jimmo and Nicky want to get with the tune-up here for Clay. Clay would vote very spicy all the time if he could. Not sure, again, we don't know if these are going to be full runs or if they're going to cut them short. Find out. Really nice header pattern there. Oh, yeah. 211 to the 330. 296.9, 294 miles an hour to the 8th. Shuts it off then, and it goes in 81 at 259 miles an hour.